A wet dog runs past you. You see the dog. The dog is wet. Water falls from the dog's fur. You hear the dog's paws on the ground. The dog runs fast. You smell something bad. The smell is strong. You feel it in your nose. The smell comes from the dog. The dog's fur is wet. Water is on the fur. The sun shines on the dog. The dog feels warm. The dog's fur feels warm. You see the dog shake. Water falls from the dog's fur. You smell the bad smell again. The smell is bad. You don't like it. You turn away. The smell is too strong. The dog's fur is warm. The dog's fur is wet. You see microorganisms on the fur. They are small. They are living. The microorganisms make smells. The smells are bad. You smell them. You feel bad. You want to go away. You see people around. They smell the bad smell. They don't like it. They turn away. The smell is too strong. The smell is bad for us. It means something is wrong. It means something is dirty. You don't want to be near it. You feel the sun on your skin. You feel the air on your face. You smell the bad smell. You want to go away. The dog runs again. You see the dog. The dog is happy. The dog doesn't care about the smell. The dog just runs. You watch the dog. You see the dog's fur. The fur is wet. The fur is warm. You see the microorganisms. They are working. The microorganisms make the bad smell. The smell is strong. You feel it. You don't like it. You want to go away. The dog stops running. The dog is tired. The dog lies down. You see the dog's fur. The fur is still wet. The microorganisms are still working. They make the bad smell. You smell it. You feel bad. You want to go away. The sun sets slowly. The air cools down. You feel the cool air. You smell the bad smell. It is still strong. You see the dog sleeping. The dog is tired. The dog's fur is still wet. The microorganisms are still working. The smell is still bad. You don't like it. You want to go away. The dog sleeps peacefully. The dog doesn't care about the smell. The dog sleeps peacefully because it's tired from running. When the dog runs, its heart beats fast. If the dog doesn't rest, it will get sick. You see the dog's chest moving up and down, which means it's breathing slowly. The microorganisms on the dog's fur are still working because they have food and water. When the dog gets wet, its fur becomes a warm and cozy place for the microorganisms to grow. If the dog's fur was dry, the microorganisms would not be able to survive. You can see the microorganisms making the bad smell, which is like a sign that they are working hard. The bad smell is strong because of the way the microorganisms break down the dog's dead skin cells. When the microorganisms eat the dead skin cells, they make a gas that smells bad. If the dog's fur was clean, there would be no dead skin cells for the microorganisms to eat. The dog's fur is like a garden, and the microorganisms are like plants that grow and make smells. You feel the cool air on your skin because the sun has set. When the sun sets, the air cools down, and you can feel the temperature changing. If it was still daytime, the air would be warm, and you wouldn't feel the coolness. The dog is sleeping peacefully, probably because it's comfortable in the cool air. The microorganisms on the dog's fur will keep working until they run out of food. When they finish eating the dead skin cells, they will die. and the bad smell will go away. If the dog's fur was washed, the microorganisms would be removed, and the bad smell would disappear. You can see the dog's fur starting to dry, which means the microorganisms will soon run out of water and food. The dog's fur is like a blanket that keeps it warm. When the fur is wet, it's like a warm and cozy blanket that the microorganisms love. If the dog's fur was dry and clean, it would be like a fresh and new blanket that doesn't smell bad. The dog is sleeping peacefully, probably because it's comfortable in its warm and cozy fur. You watch the dog sleeping, and you think about how the microorganisms work. When the microorganisms eat the dead skin cells, they make a gas that smells bad. If the dog's fur was clean, there would be no dead skin cells for the microorganisms to eat, and the bad smell would not exist. The dog's fur is like a small ecosystem, and the microorganisms are like tiny creatures that live and work together. The dog will wake up soon, and it will probably shake its fur again. When the dog shakes its fur, water will fall out, and the microorganisms will get wet again. If the dog's fur was dried properly, the microorganisms would not be able to survive, and the bad smell would go away. You see the dog sleeping peacefully, and you think about how the microorganisms will keep working until they run out of food and water. The sun will rise again tomorrow, and the dog will probably go out and play. When the dog plays, it will get wet again, and the microorganisms will start working again. If the dog's fur was washed regularly, the microorganisms would not be able to grow, and the bad smell would not exist. The dog is sleeping peacefully, and you think about how the microorganisms are like tiny creatures that live and work together to make the bad smell. The intricate relationship between the dog's fur and the microorganisms that inhabit it is a fascinating example of symbiosis, where two distinct entities coexist in a delicate balance of power. The microorganisms, which are responsible for the unpleasant odor, are also a natural part of the dog's ecosystem, playing a crucial role in the breakdown of dead skin cells and the maintenance of the fur's overall health. This complex process, which is often taken for granted, is a testament to the remarkable adaptability of nature, where even the most seemingly insignificant organisms can have a profound impact on their environment. As the dog sleeps peacefully, it's for a tangled mess of wet and dry patches. The microorganisms continue to work tirelessly, driven by their instinct to survive and thrive in a world that is both hostile and hospitable. The concept of ecosystem, which was first introduced by the British ecologist Arthur Tansley in the 1930s, is particularly relevant in this context, as it highlights the interconnectedness of all living things and the intricate web of relationships that exist between them. The dog's fur, with its diverse array of microorganisms, is a microcosm of the natural world, where each component plays a vital role in the functioning of the whole. This idea is reminiscent of the Gaia hypothesis, which proposes that the Earth itself is a living, breathing organism, with all its component parts working together in harmony to maintain the delicate balance of the planet's ecosystem. As we watch the dog sleeping, we are reminded of the beauty and complexity of the natural world, where even the most mundane phenomena can hold a deeper significance and meaning. The process of decomposition, which is facilitated by the microorganisms on the dog's fur, is a fundamental aspect of the natural world, where organic matter is broken down and recycled into the environment. This process, which is essential for the survival of all living things, is a testament to the remarkable efficiency of nature, where nothing is wasted and everything is reused. The microorganisms, which are the primary agents of decomposition, are like tiny factories, working tirelessly to break down complex organic molecules into simpler compounds that can be reused by other living organisms. As we reflect on this process, we are struck by the sheer scale and complexity of the natural world, where countless microorganisms are working together to maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The idea of balance is a crucial one in this context, as it highlights the fragile and dynamic nature of the ecosystem. The dog's fur, with its diverse array of microorganisms, is a delicate balance of power, where each component plays a vital role in the functioning of the whole. If this balance is disrupted, either through the introduction of external factors or the removal of key components, the entire ecosystem can be thrown into chaos. This idea is reminiscent of the concept of homeostasis, which refers to the ability of living organisms to maintain a stable internal environment despite changes in the external environment. As we watch the dog sleeping, we are reminded of the importance of balance and harmony in the natural world, where even the most seemingly insignificant phenomena can have a profound impact on the world around us. The passage of time, which is marked by the rise and fall of the sun, is a constant reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the world around us. As the dog sleeps peacefully, its fur a tangled mess of wet and dry patches, the microorganisms continue to work tirelessly, driven by their instinct to survive and thrive in a world that is both hostile and hospitable. The cycle of life, which is marked by the birth, growth, and death of all living things, is a fundamental aspect of the natural world, where each component plays a vital role in the functioning of the whole. As we reflect on this cycle, we are struck by the beauty and complexity of the natural world, where even the most mundane phenomena can hold a deeper significance and meaning. And so, as we watch the dog sleeping, we are left to ponder the mysteries of the natural world and the intricate web of relationships that exist between all living things. As we delve deeper into the complexities of the natural world, we find ourselves entangled in a dialectical relationship between the individual components and the holistic ecosystem, where the boundaries between self and other, subject and object, become increasingly blurred, and the notion of a distinct, autonomous self begins to dissolve into the vast, intricate web of relationships that underlies all of existence. The concept of emergence, which refers to the process by which complex systems exhibit properties that cannot be reduced to their individual components, becomes a crucial framework for understanding the dynamic, adaptive nature of the ecosystem, where the collective behavior of microorganisms, plants, and animals gives rise to emergent properties that transcend the characteristics of their individual parts. This perspective invites us to reconsider the traditional dichotomies between mind and body, culture and nature, and to instead embrace a more integrated, holistic understanding of the world, one that recognizes the inherent interconnectedness of all living beings and the environment that sustains them. The epistemological implications of this perspective are profound, as it challenges our conventional notions of knowledge and understanding, and instead encourages us to adopt a more embodied, experiential approach to knowing, one that acknowledges the inherent subjectivity and provisionality of all knowledge claims. As we navigate the complexities of this emergent, adaptive world, we are compelled to confront the limitations of our own cognitive frameworks and to acknowledge the existence of multiple, competing perspectives, each with its own unique insights and blind spots. And it is precisely this acknowledgement of uncertainty and ambiguity that allows us to cultivate a more nuanced, humble understanding of the world, one that recognizes the provisional nature of all knowledge and the importance of ongoing inquiry and exploration. The notion of consciousness, which has long been a subject of debate and inquiry in fields ranging from philosophy to neuroscience, becomes a particularly fascinating area of study in this context, as it raises fundamental questions about the nature of subjective experience, the relationship between mind and body, and the extent to which consciousness is an emergent property of complex systems rather than a fixed, essential attribute of individual entities. As we ponder these questions, we find ourselves drawn into a labyrinthine world of abstract concepts and theoretical frameworks, where the distinctions between self and other, subject and object, become increasingly fluid and indeterminate, and it is precisely this fluidity, this ambiguity, that allows us to glimpse the profound, unbridgeable chasm that separates our mundane, everyday experience from the vast, uncharted expanse of the unknown, a chasm that beckons us to step forward into the void and to surrender ourselves to the silence, the stillness, and the darkness that lies at the very heart of existence. And so, as we stand at the threshold of this abyss, we are left to wonder, in the quiet, fading light of consciousness, what lies beyond the edge of our perception, and whether the silence that awaits us is one of emptiness or of unbearable, unutterable fullness.